Okay. What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Big win for them boys last night by beating the Indiana Pacers 128-115. The Big Cat, 40 big points for him. Josh Hart poured in 30. Bench unit was huge with 35 points altogether from them boys. Appreciate everybody coming through rocking with LV Live. On Dios, what's going on, man? Disc Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Apologize, people, for last night, man. Technical difficulties, it happens. Once again, it's a one-man show here. Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. Corey Lindsay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. Doing this lunchtime special show. Recap of last night's game. I apologize. Technical difficulties last night, man. It's crazy, but, you know, it's a one-man show here, man. One-man show. You know, I'm going to talk about, of course, you know, how well, of course, Cat played. We're going to touch on that and Josh Hart. But to me, last night, was more like a team effort. It felt like everybody was involved. Everybody. Tough night for the captain. Happens to the best of them. No big deal. We're not stressed, right? He's such a great player. It happens to the best of them. But I thought it was a great opportunity for guys like Cam Payne to show how valuable he can be to this team, along with a guy, of course, like Precious Achiuwa, along with a guy, of course, like Deuce and Landry Shamet. Right? So I thought all together, man, it was just a great win for the whole team. For the whole team. Especially with the captain going down. Right? We got to be honest about that. You know what I mean? That's a big thing, going down in the sense of fouls, right? Let's not, you know, we don't want to jump the gun, right? Like out there, that's stuff that's out there about, you know, injuries and stuff like that. We don't want to do that. But we know, I felt all in all, it was a great win, man. It was a great win to pretty much, you know, especially bounce back after what happened this weekend. You know, that's why LV had to do, you know, a little, you know, a weekly recap show, because I had to test or check, the temperature of everybody, right? Because everybody was upset. Everybody was tight. They felt this team stinks, everything. So to have a game like this after that was beautiful, right? But it begins with the Big Cat, right? What a great game for him tonight. He almost had a triple-double tonight. 9 assists for him. 9 assists. 40, 12, and 9 for Cat. Make sure I got the numbers right. Wait, 5. I'm bugging. I gave him 4 more. 5 assists for the Big Cat. After what we saw Saturday from him, and for him to be able to bounce back the way he did is enormous. And let's be honest, people. Let's just, this team is not going anywhere if he doesn't have performances like this. Right? If he's not doing what he's done all year, which is dominating that post. And yes, granted, he has not looked well against the upper echelon of the league. But one thing we can say is that we do have a 1B to Brunson's 1A. So I love what he provided. I love what he gave in all aspects. And I thought he took advantage, man, of the fact that they didn't have Miles Turner. I think that's what you got to do, man. What's it got? Marcus Bryant. I mean, come on, man. You can't check Cat. And, you know, at the beginning of the game, it's funny because I felt that Brunson was kind of like forcing the issue, right? And I was like, yo, man, this is a Cat game. From beginning, I said this is a Cat game. No Miles Turner. They have no big. This is a Cat game. You got to feed it to Cat. Cat's got to be the focal point tonight. And that's what it is when you have a team, man. You got to be able to identify the weak points of another team and say, okay, cool. This is how we're rolling with things tonight. This is how we're rolling with things. This is what's going to happen tonight. We're going through you tonight, Cat. Tonight's going to be your night. And I felt that should have been the way to go in the beginning. Brunson was, you know, I'll touch on him in a second, but I'm just saying. So I'm not surprised that Cat had a 40-12 night tonight. I'm not surprised. There's nobody down there who could check him. So you got to take full advantage of that. And I thought the Knicks did. And it was just a great bounce back game for him, man. Great bounce back game. And this is the guy that's starting for the East. This is the type of season he's been having. I mean, he's a matchup nightmare for any big. You know, he's stepping out, hitting threes. What did he go tonight for three? He hit a couple of them tonight. 3 for 8 from three. 14 for 23 from the field. So once again, right, this is what we expect from him. Or this is what he's been providing all season, to where we've kind of said, okay, cool. We have the guy to go next to Brunson. And so you just have to love it, man. You got to love exactly what he did tonight, man, and how he took full advantage of these guys. And then also, too, I think the biggest thing for everybody, he's basically had a bounce back game. Because listen, man, he was getting destroyed by his defensive issues. And, you know, listen, LV was one of them. Javi ATX Bori. It's my first time seeing you come through rocking with me, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. Javi ATX Bori. Appreciate you, man. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. Big win for them boys last night, 128 to 115. The Big Cat, 40 and 12. And that was the Big Cat. Was Josh Hart not Josh Hart last night? Typical him. This is what he does. Gets rebounds, comes up with loose balls, slashing to the basket, finishes. He's got to be probably one of the best finishers in the league. When he's close to that rim, I'm not worried that he's going to miss layups. Some dudes, like, of course, like, you know, Precious, you know, a couple of cats, Deuce today, you know, like, you're worried about those guys going to buy. But him, when he's going to the rack, I'm not worried, man. He knows how to finish with the best of them. And I thought he was exceptional tonight. 30 and 10 tonight, season high for him. So the question is asked again, like I've said to you guys again, how important is he to this team? Is he up there with Brunson and Cat? Would you put him as probably top 3 most important Knicks? What would this team be without him, man? I honestly think he's more important than OG. I think he's more important than Bridges. I do. And I think he's just as important as Cat and Brunson. I do. I really, really do with this guy. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming to Rock with LV Live. Big win for them boys last night, 128 to 115. Josh Hart, 30 points, 10 rebounds. So you just got to love what he does, man. What he does. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how he's going to get it. He's going to get his. He's going to get his. And he's always able to come up with a big play. He's always slashing to the rim at the perfect time. He just knows how to play the game, man. He knows the game. He's always in the right place at the right time. And I told you, I've said this to you guys before. His game hasn't changed. If you watch his high school highlights and watch him at Villanova, he plays the same. He plays the same game. His game has not changed. He's just one of them guys that just knows how to ball, man. That's it. He knows how to play ball. That's it. And he's big. He's about 6'4", 6'5". He knows how to play the game. He knows how to finish at the rim with bigs. He knows how to take the nice jump shots. He's there. Sometimes he always hits a timely three. See that tip he just had right there? He's always in the right place at the right time. He's always down in that bar battling with bigs. See right there, that clip right there? This ain't my job, brother. See you on the other side, right? To score 30 points. Well, he did it tonight, man. He did it tonight. Great job by him. Great job by him. Great job by him. Also, too, guys, listen, man, we gotta give credit to the saluting cast, man. Supporting cast. Excuse me. We gotta give credit to the supporting cast. I thought they were exceptional tonight. Exceptional. You know, and I think a lot of times, you know, I think as Knicks fans, we get frustrated because we see the potential in a lot of these guys. You know, we saw the potential in Deuce before he was knocking down shots. But a guy like Campaign, you know, we've always said that, you know, we think he should be getting a lot of minutes. Now, of course, it was kind of forced upon him because, Brunson was dealing with the foul issues, and I just think I didn't think Brunson had it tonight. Once again, I'm gonna touch on him in a minute, but I didn't think he had it tonight. So I thought it was a beautiful thing to see the bench guys, because Deuce had it going tonight offensively. Excuse me, the bench guys come through and just really, really hold down the fort, but not just hold down the fort, take it to the next level, because it was that second quarter that really blew the game open. Of course, led by Cat, but I thought that second unit coming in and really kind of steadying the ship and keeping and just stacking up the lead. Like, you know what I mean? The Knicks would be up by 2, 3, and before you know it, we were up by 10. Of course, the second unit was feeding off a Cat, and I thought they came up with big shots. Deuce hit a couple of threes, vintage Deuce, right? And so that was good to see. But I thought Campaign played really, really well as far as pace, as far as understanding, like, where Cat wants the ball and just, identifying a hot hand. He made a couple of passes where he penetrated, so Josh Hart cut and he hit him, right? I just thought Campaign played really well, made really good decisions out there, and that's what you want from your backup. And like I said, I thought it was vintage Deuce. And listen, man, got to give it to Landry Shamet, man. I thought he played really, really good tonight. We have 11 points, I think, tonight off the bench, right? Let me make sure I got that correct. Yeah, Shamet had 11 tonight, man. He had 11 tonight off the bench, man. Look at the minutes for those guys. 19 minutes for Shamet, 25 for Deuce, 24 for Campaign. Exceptional, man. Exceptional. Deuce was 4 for 4 from 3 tonight. Campaign was 1 for 4. Deuce was 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Deuce had 3 rebounds. Campaign had 8 assists, man. He was 9, 8, 1 steal, 1 block for Campaign, man. And Landry Shamet had 4 assists, man. Great numbers. Great numbers for those guys, and that's what you want from your bench. But once again, right, you're not going to really get this if, you're not being given the opportunity to do so. And I thought Brunson kind of going down really helped these guys out because it gave them room to be able to really kind of, play and show what they can do. Because we understand, listen, man, look, we get on Tibbs. I've gotten on Tibbs. He is who he is, man. He's not going to change. He's not going to change. So we have to accept that this is what it is. This is the team we have. This is what Tibbs is going to do, right, regarding this. So we have to say to ourselves, all right, cool. Let's try to make the best with what we have and how things are going to do, right? Because we know how Tibbs is. So he's gonna play pretty much a lot of top heavy guys, right? Brunson, all those dudes, heavy minutes, and he's going to kind of maybe bring Campaign from time to time. Maybe, I don't know. But who knows? Big Task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Big win for the boys last night, 128-115. Big Task said they canceled the meeting so I can be here. Listen, Big Task, listen, you got your priorities in order, sir. You know what it be. Be here with the LV Live show. Smart man. Smart man, Big Task. Smart man. You got your priorities in order. That meeting goes to the back door. We here with the LV Live show. So listen, man. So I just think that that's important. I think that that's important. I think it's important for those guys to get out there and really be able to really show what they could do. Tibbs has got to be able to trust him. Remember, he had to do that with Precious Achiuwa last year. That's where Precious Achiuwa gained the trust, and he's able to be out there playing the way he's playing. So I thought it was great for that bench unit. Also, too, guys, the whole talk about like starting Deuce and Precious, like, no, listen, man, no. Guys need to know hoops, man. We don't want to start Deuce. You need offensive punch to come off the bench. You can't have, listen, and then also, too, all right, I'm just around because a lot I want to say. First off, Precious has got to start, man. The rebounds are big. You can't get destroyed on the glass. Anybody that knows hoops understands the importance of rebounds. Rebounds are a lot of times more important than points. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, no, LV, you're bugging. Listen, man, that's what it is because you got to get defensive rebounds to stop them from scoring. So that's where it translates on both ends. So you got to hit the glass. That's the importance of Precious starting. He's a good rebounder, man. He's a good rebounder. He's no scrub. He's not perfect. I mean, he's got some issues with him. But look, Precious, 9 points, 12 rebounds. 5 offensive, 7 defensive. And 1 block. Come on, man. So what I'm saying is, I think it's important for people to identify the importance of having Precious out there starting and the importance of Deuce coming off the bench, giving an offensive punch to this team. Because Deuce coming in last night, boom, he's knocking down a couple of threes, boom, it gives you a jolt offensively. And that's what he should do, period. That's it. But you can't have Deuce out there and you have nobody for the glass. Listen, as great as Josh Hart is, he's a great rebounder, like he is for his size, but he's not big enough. And you saw it at times when you played against teams like Boston, when you played against teams like OKC. He struggled at times because they're big out there and they're athletic. I saw him at times struggling against the Rockets because they got a lot of size, man, and a lot of athleticism. So that's tough. Precious is 6'8", 6'9". He let him get on the glass, man. The game is just not about scoring and spreading out and just shooting and scoring. No, you got to get stops. You got to get blocks. You got to get rebounds. That's it. And Deuce does not help you on the glass. He's good coming off the bench, giving an offensive punch. That's it. And so I think that we need to really kind of reel that hole in with the whole Deuce and like stop it, man. Just stop. Let Deuce come off the bench and do what he does best. Also, too, with the whole Deuce piece, I'm noticing as of late, right? I mean, you guys correct LV if you feel like I'm wrong, right? I have no issue with that. I'm noticing too with him that like Deuce is like trying to do a little bit too much, right? You know, you peep that, like he's trying to break dudes down and all this other stuff. He's trying to show different layers to his game. I'm like, yo, dogs, chill, man. Chill out. Chill out. Do what you've done. Know your superpower. In the summer, work on your handles, work on your game, try to, but you ain't there yet. Because here's the thing with Deuce, right? Deuce is an athlete. He's a better athlete than Brunson. He's an athlete. He reminds me of myself. Like, I'm being very honest with you, because I was initially a football player before a basketball player. Like, I played ball in the city, but I was okay. I had to really, really, really work on my game to become a really good ball player and go to college. And I had to really, really work on my game. With football, it came easy. I woke up and I rolled out and I was good at football. Like, I knew it came easy to me. Hoops, I had to really, because in basketball, your coordination's got to be down packed. Your footwork's got to be impeccable. You know what I mean? It's a lot that comes with playing hoops. You got to know, like, your mechanics got to be on point. It's not like football just go, right? So with Deuce, you can see it with him. He's limited with his footwork. He's limited with his handles across the board, where Brunson is like a savant, right? You see him. So it's different. Deuce looks out of control sometimes. So he's trying to take guys off the dribble and shoot. I'm like, yo, my man, you're doing too much. And then he loses the ball. And then the other thing that he doesn't know how to do, he struggles with at times, is he doesn't know how to make post pass. Like, to pass the ball on the post. You got to know how to do that, man. But that comes from practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? That comes from practice and really working on that. Because a couple of times, I'm like, yo, feed it to cat in the post. He's having a hard time. He doesn't know how to do it, or he struggles with that. And so I think that he's got to go back to what made him great last year. Looking for that three. If someone's there, pump fake, take a step in, hit a jumper, try to get an open layup if you have an open lane, but don't be trying to challenge bigs at the rim, and don't be trying to take dudes off the dribble like he's just like doing too much. And I peeped that. I'm like, because he doesn't have the handle to really be able to get by dudes. He doesn't. And so I think that he's got to kind of like tighten up on that. I think that's kind of like what's hurt his game. And then last night, it was vintage Deuce. He's coming off. He's knocking down threes. He was locked in. I thought he was great defensively. And so now he looks like old Deuce. But then last night, so I'm trying to break Deuce down. I'm like, dude, Deuce, relax, man. Relax. Knock down shots, play defense. All that other stuff you want to work on, wait till the summer. The season's not the time to do that. The summertime's the time to do that. Do what you do. Do your job. Don't come in here and try to be something else. And so I think that that's kind of like where, you know, to me, you know, he's got to get better with. You know what I'm saying? Not really get better, but just identify that. Don't try to like go bananas. Like, chill. Also, too, guys, I thought that Mikal Bridges had a good night too. I know a lot of people are like, yo, he played bad, but yo, bro, he had Halliburton in jail, man. Halliburton was struggling all night. That's because of Bridges. I thought Bridges played great defense on him. He made it extremely hard for Halliburton to get to his spots, for him to get comfortable. You could tell Halliburton just wasn't comfortable, but that was because of Bridges. So he didn't have his great offensive game. Mikal did. He struggled offensively. It's cool. Brunson struggled as well. But he helped in other aspects of the game too that I thought was really great. I thought he played really, really good defense on Halliburton. Halliburton couldn't get going. Halliburton couldn't get going. He couldn't, and that was because of Bridges. And so I think that's where you got to identify where guys can come in and really do what's needed to help you get a victory. That's it. And I thought he was great on that end of the court. Right? So we got to kind of pay attention to that and identify that. This Grover says, I already said it on Ant's stream last night. Big shout out to Knicks Nation. But Benadryl was low-key. Achua? Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man, look. This Grover, here's the thing with Precious, right? He's got to work on his game, man. He's got to work on his game. He's a solid ball player. He is. But he's got to work on his game. Mr. Blanks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live during this LV lunchtime takeout show to discuss last night's victory for them boys. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me tonight. Big win for them boys last night, 128-115. Josh Hart, 30 points, 10 rebounds. This Grover, here's the thing, right? He's got to work on his game. Like, he's got to work on his game, man. You know what I mean? And I think that it's very, very important for him this summer to really work on it because he's earning himself a lot of money. He is. Now, what he's going to be able to get in the market, he's not going to get what iHeart got. He's not going to get that. But most teams need a wing. They need not a wing. They need a big that can play the 4 or 5. They need that just a guy to come in and give minutes. So does he take the bread or does he stay with the Knicks? Right? So we'll see what that looks like for him. But he's got to work on his game, man. That corner 3 is going to be there for him forever. He's got to be able to knock that down at a high clip. Then he's going to be able to really earn a lot of money. He's a great rebounder and a great defensive player. But offensively, when he's in that Baja, he looks unsure. Unless he's dunking. But, like, he's got to learn how to finish. He's got to learn how to finish. Like, he struggles with that. You know what I'm saying? So he's just got to work on his game, man. He's got to work on his game. This Grover said, agreed. Deuce needs to stop with his freaky breakup layups. Right. He made only one this season off right. Yeah, man. Like he's like this Grover. He's like awkward, man. Like I'm like, Deuce, what are you doing, man? Just chill out. He's like trying to do too much. His game isn't on that level yet. Right? His footwork, all that. Like he's just not there. That's because he's an athlete. Like Deuce. Perfect example. That's why I said he reminds me of me because I played baseball. I did all that. Like I played everything, and I was good at all of it. I wasn't great, or I'm not saying but I was good. You know what I'm saying? I started on everyone. I never came off the bench. So when you're an athlete, you can adjust. Like I went out, I played baseball. I played left field. I played center. Like it was easy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was easy for me. Like. I went out and I played football. It came super easy. I went out and played basketball. It came easy to me. Those athletes can. Deuce is like that. LeBron is like that. Certain guys just really, really good athletes. But when it comes to hoops, they have a hard time adjusting because basketball, you got your footwork's got to be coordinated. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to dribble. It's like chewing your gum and talking at the same time. You got to dribble and move at the same time. Some people have a hard time adjusting to that. They can't do that because you got to do 2 things at once, dribble and walk, right? So you got to be coordinated to do that. So imagine going really fast. Imagine trying to put the ball between your legs, trying to go fast, stop and go, pull up for a jump shot, then do this. And you know what I mean? Some people, they can't control. Some people be running the ball, be bouncing all over the place. You can tell they're not coordinated. They never played before. That's what Deuce reminds me of, right? So it's going to take him a time. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's got to work on his game. Like, he got to work on his game because he's a really, really good athlete. He's a better athlete than Brunson. But he's not a basketball savant like Brunson, right? You see the difference? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, to me, that's why he seems awkward when he's going to the rack trying to make a layup. He could dunk on somebody because that's being an athlete. But if he's got to pivot and do the step through and kind of come underneath and make he don't got the footwork or the skill set to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm saying he's got to really work on his game if he want to break dudes down and, you know what I'm saying, off the dribble like that. So that's the thing with him, man. Mr. Blank says Bridges did what the Knicks needed him to do. Lock down the scorer and get good shots. Halliburton looks so uncomfortable being guarded by Bridges. Agreed, sir. Agreed. Well said, Mr. Blanks. Agreed. That and to me, that's all you need. Let's get the victory. Let's see it. And here's the thing, too, guys. Last night wasn't anybody's night but Cat's night. I mean, Josh Hart played great, but last night was Cat's night. Because Cat dominated in that post. Dominated. And I think that that's what kind of like, you know, you needed to happen because there was nobody down there that could check him. Nobody. So makes sense that he did what he did. But that's why he should have been a focal point. That's it. He should have been a focal point. I think it's very, very important for that to happen. And, you know, I just thought that's what you do in situations like that. You go through him. But yeah, I said, that's why I hope that we can play the Pacers in the first round so Mikal can destroy Halliburton. Big Taz, I agree with you. Big Taz, I just want that get back. That's what I want. I want to smack him. I want to like sweep him. Because they were crazy, man. They were insane. You know, all that talking and yapping. We were injured, man. That's why you won. That's why you got lucky and beat everybody. And then when you play the Celtics, you got smoked. CP, True Mets Talk, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Everybody, please go subscribe to my man CP, man. Good dudes over there doing big things. Hey, CP, man, I thought you was going to be out there in spring training, man. CP, I can't be down there right now in Tampa because I'm up here getting ready for the playoffs and stuff like that. I'm locked in here. I thought you was going to be down there in spring training with your boys. CP, how they looking, man? Yanks look good, man. Yanks look good. Max Fried looks good, man. He's throwing gas. He's throwing gas from the hill. Max Fried looks good. That rotation for us is filthy. Filthy. This girl with spring training. Yeah, man, because they go down in spring training. They go down. Everybody goes down to Florida. Well, the teams on the East Coast, right, CP? Let it be known. Teams on the East Coast go to Florida. Teams on the West Coast go to Arizona. So February's when this week is pitchers and catchers. So they got to go down and start getting ready. A lot of stars players, they're there too. Like I saw a couple of infielders were there. Like Cody Bellinger's there. I don't know if Judge is there yet. But, you know, then the other guys come later. They're going to come next week. But the pitchers and catchers come now because they got to start getting ready because they start games. CP, when they start games, man, like spring training games. What, like another week? CP, let me know, man. I think it's another week they start playing games. Because opening day is like in April, man. Remember, the Yanks play like in April. That's like they start playing. So they gotta start getting ready. You know, baseball is different, man. You gotta get your reps in. Meaning you gotta see the ball come off the bat. You gotta kind of get used to the speed of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because when you kind of don't play for so long, you gotta have spring training because you gotta kind of get used to hitting that ball again. Because I don't know if anybody played baseball here, anybody just played played up. Like I played in high school. When you see that ball coming down and them dude just throwing 80 miles per hour, man, it looks different, man. it looks different. So what I'm saying is you got to get used to that and get your timing right. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff matters. So that's why the spring training is big in baseball, man. This is basically when you see the boys of summer coming back out there, you pretty much know spring's right around the corner. So that's cool. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Big win from boys last night, 128 to 115. So, all right, so Jalen Brunson, right? You know, I don't know what was going on with him last night. I don't know, but he seemed like he was forcing it last night. Like I don't know if he was, he was yapping a lot last night too. He was yapping with Nemhart. He was just yapping. I was like, yo, what's going on with Brunson, man? He seemed off last night. Off totally. So I don't know what was going on with him. So I think it was good that he sat. Like I was kind of happy that he sat because when he sat, we started playing better. So I don't know. Like you gotta understand, he sat after the first quarter. He sat the whole half. He picked up his fifth foul. In like the start of the third, and he didn't play again until like the end of the game. So to me, it was just one of those nights. And my frustration with him last night was that this part of being a team player, like identify who's got it going, identify whose night it's going to be. It's not going to be your night, man. Now, yes, you got to run the offense, you got to run, your regular sets. I get that. But that's what, to me, Tibbs has got to be like, yo, look. Miles Turner's not playing. We got Brian on Cat. Tonight's going to be Cat's night. Like Brunson, if you open, knocks down some shots, everybody else, but we feeding Cat from the jump. We're dominating. Let him get busy. Tonight's going to be his night. Nelson Ayodele, I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. It's LV Lunchtime Takeout Show, man, to discuss last night's win, 128-115. The Big Cat, 40 points, 12 rebounds. So I think that that's where like Brunson's got to identify that and not try to like just be so aggressive. And once again, I'm not gonna be too hard. This is the captain, man. He can't do no wrong in my eyes. But I just felt last night he was trying to force the issue when it wasn't there to be forced. Like what was there was Cat to dominate tonight. So my thing is go through him from at the jump. We should have been feeding him. We should have been feeding him and letting him go to work. Like it should have been that because it was an obvious mismatch there. Like, why would we go away from him and you try to go 1-on-3? Like he did that one time, and I'm like, Brunson, man. And I'm like, yo, sit him down. I'm sure his pops was like, yo, chill out, man. And you never know. Once again, it's All-Star breaks right around the corner. They play the Hawks tonight. So I think these guys are looking forward to this break, man. So, that could have been, they could have played a role last night. I don't know. But last night was probably, I would say, one of the worst games I've probably seen them play in a minute. Just my opinion. So, that's what I thought last night. Disc Rover says, dude was just angry and playing fourth quarter, hero ball on the first. Yo, Disc Rover, word up, man. Word up. I had no idea what he was doing. Like, I was like, yo, Brunson, what are you doing, man? Like, every time he got the pill, he was shooting. Like, it was like, no, I'm trying to run the offense. I'm going. I'm like, yo, my man, what are you doing? You're not even running the offense. This is like 24-hour fitness, like open run. Like, I'm like, Brunson, yo, my man, swing it, man. There's somebody open on the elbow. He's shooting. I'm like, yo, this guy's, what's going on with him, man? And it happens, man. It happens. It happens to the best of them. And what happened? He had to sit down. Sit down on the bench. The bench always does everything. It's like the truth serum. It's like the vaccine, right? You sit on a bench, you have time to think and really get your thoughts together and really say, maybe this is where I wanted to be for the rest of the night anyway. I kind of wanted to be on the bench. So, it happens like that. Even for the best players, it happens. Nelson says, what's going on, Knicks fans? 5-1 in our next 6 games to be a championship contender. Okay. The 40-20 rule made by Phil Jackson. Agreed. That's a good point. So listen, guys. So look, you see all this talk, right, that's out there about Josh Hart, right? Like all this stuff has been reported. Let's take a look at it right here, man. This is what's been going on here. It's been ill, man. All this stuff with Josh Hart and his knee. Let's take a look at it right here, right? And this is what was basically said. Hart was again listed on an injury report with the right knee soreness and ailment that hasn't actually kept him from playing, but could potentially require a summer corrective procedure. Right? Let's read that again. Hasn't actually kept him from playing, but could potentially require a summer corrective procedure. And Josh says, Josh says, Josh stated, I don't know, right? We'll see what it calls for at the end of the season, Hart said. But like I said before, I'm a servant to my teammates. This year, I want to make sure I put these guys in the best situation. It's not just for them, it's also for Tibbs. I want to make sure that I'm available to him. I want to make sure that when I'm out there, I'm playing at a high level and playing the game the way I know how to play. This is Josh Hart, people. Now, the reports out there were that Stephen Bondy gave this report. Bondy's, listen, man, we've kind of forgotten about Berman because Bondy has made such a great transition, right? We miss Berman. Berman's been great, but Bondy's been exceptional. He really, really has, right? So, this is just him being a reporter, man. I think Bondy does a great job, so I'm not even going to get on him about this. But Josh Hart kind of was out there, was like, yo, stop the cap. So he kind of was, I don't want to say bothered, but he wanted to shut down all reports that he might need summer surgery on his knee. Right? He kind of like shut all that down. So here's what Bondy had to say to that. 1 second. Let me just kind of get this out of here. Bring this up. So this is what Bondy had to say, guys. You see, he basically said that was like a mistake on his part. So Bondy says there. So, he kind of, had to kind of like, have a report out there that, I guess he felt he made a mistake because Josh Hart was like, yo, man, whoever's out there putting that stuff out there, stop the cap or whatever. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he was. Basically what Josh Hart says. And Stephen Bondy says that he kind of made a mistake here. That's what he stated right there in a sense. Once again, I'm paraphrasing again, but that's basically what he said, man. Listen, look. The reality is that we know that Josh Hart's knee has been a problem for him, right? He's been having ways of getting better with it to where it's kind of, just getting the how can I say that, after game treatment, before the game treatment, probably going home and doing what he needs to do to kind of make sure that he's ready to go. Like he said, he's a servant to these guys. But, Bondy reporting what could be a possibility, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all, because it's most of the time these guys, when it's during the off season, they go out there, they kind of take care of business, man, make sure they take care of little ailments. As we all know, Cat's going to probably get that thumb looked at. And whatever's going on with his finger, too, I see he's got his finger taped up now. The thumb is good, but I see the fingers taped up now. So who knows? Cat might come back with a whole new hand next year. Who knows? I'm just saying. But we know Cat's knee issues are a problem too, right? But ain't no way, guys, relax. There's no way that this has anything to do with also two Tibbs and minutes. And nah, man, this is just ailments. I think that these guys have dealt with. Both of these guys are almost 10 plus years in the league. So I think this is just, just wear and tear just for NBA career. I think that's what it is for both him and Cat. But it has nothing to do with, minutes and all this other stuff. I think here's my problem with the whole minutes thing, with the whole Tibbs piece, right? And I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, right? Here's my whole issue with the whole Tibbs thing, with the minutes. No one has said that you shouldn't play your starters. No one has said that. But what we have said here on this show is that, why can't you play some of those other guys to where these guys don't need to play 40 minutes a night or 38 minutes? These guys can play like low 30s. If you trust and believe in the bench, like I thought Akaporte played again good last night. He didn't even play that much. He played good in the first half. We didn't see him again. He only played 6 minutes. He had 2 rebounds and one defensive rebound, 1 offensive rebound in 6 minutes. And after that, we didn't see him again. You see what I'm saying? So it's little stuff like that I just don't understand. I just don't get. So, it just doesn't make any sense to me. That's the thing. It's not so much the whole, it's just, why aren't you developing and playing these guys? And here's the reason why. I'm going to pull up this clip, guys. I want you guys to take a look at this clip, right? Someone put this up on Twitter, and I had to record it, right? I had to, man. This was preseason, right? This is the young guys against the look what Akaporte just did to Nick Richards. This is what we saw. Vaughn Allen, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Look at Dottie going baseline. This is what we saw in preseason. This is all against the Charlotte Hornets starters. All of it. Look at Kolick. Look at Dottie. Look, he hit that on Taj Gibson. Those are the starters out there for Atlanta, for Charlotte. They're not out there playing against bums and backups. Look at Akaporte. These are all against their starters, man. So once again, right? You think people are stupid? Like people think guys are dumb. Like they don't know anything. They're just out there. Just no, man. This is preseason. We know what we see. This was Akaporte against the starter, dunking on their head. Look, tapping his head like, yeah, I got him. Guys, we saw this early, man, with these guys. Look at Dottie, man. We saw this stuff early. See, I wanted to show this because it's easy for us to forget. Look at Dottie in the corner. Bang. It's easy for us to forget what we saw. Look at Akaporte. This is all against the starters, man. This ain't against bums. This ain't against bums. Look, he out there with Precious. Look at Kolick. And see, I'm glad I saw this because I wanted to replay this and I wanted to show this to my crew here. I'm gonna replay it again for everybody to see. I'm putting this up there because this is what we saw, guys. And you got to understand, like, the leverage of why I'm saying what I'm saying, because the reason why I use the word leverage is because I have leverage on Tibbs in this. Because everyone knows that we should be playing these young guys. There's no reason why they shouldn't be playing. And you got to be creative in how you play them. You don't put them out there with 2 minutes left and say, see, this is what we got. You got to put them out there when it's the starters out there. Have Dottie come in for Bridges. Have Akaporte come in for Towns. Kolick's the future. Play him some a little bit next to Josh Hart. Let them see what they could do. Let them play through their mistakes. And this is what I was saying. Let them play against a team like Charlotte. Look what they're doing to Charlotte out there. The starters aren't even playing. Look, come on, man. Look. This is what we saw from Akaporte all year, man. This is what we knew. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Big one for the boys won last night, 128 to 115. So this is the frustration with people. So, see, people get upset about the minutes thing with Tibbs because they're saying, like, yo, you got guys you could play. And this is why the KG thing was so valid, because he said, yo, man, they got a jersey on. So it makes no sense, Tibbs, why you're not playing these guys. They got a jersey on. Play these guys. You don't have to play your guys 38, 40 minutes. You don't have to do that. Now, once again, when you say that, people pick and choose people pick and choose what they want to, what they want to take from that. Oh, he's saying, they got to play against, the best players. And no. I'm saying be smart with how you do your minutes. Like, if it's against Charlotte, if it's against Washington, if it's against maybe like the Bulls or something like that, I don't see why you don't bring Dottie in. Why not? These minutes are good. These minutes are good. Like, I don't see why bringing Akaporte. Why not? They're going to get better. They've proven that they could do that. So why not play him? But Kolick's the future, so why don't you maybe stagger him and campaign for backup minutes? I don't see nothing wrong with that. So how is that insane? That's why I showed this highlight. We saw this in preseason. They were starting against the Charlotte Hornets starters, and look what they did in that game. If you can see right there the clip, they show you right there how big Dottie is. He's only 19 years old. He's 6'7", 6'8". You mean to tell me you can't bring him off the bench and back up Bridges? You telling me that can't happen? So all I'm saying is all about development, man. It's all about development. And there's no way why these kids shouldn't have been playing. That's all people were saying about the whole minutes thing with Tibbs. We're not saying Tibbs shouldn't play Brunson 30 minutes or something like that or whatever. If it gets mucky in there and you need your starters to then yeah, okay, let Brunson rock out the whole fourth. All right, cool. But that doesn't mean next game you just don't play these guys at all. I think that's what people are saying. And I think that's what things are kind of getting confused here, mucked up by the whole minutes please nonsense. No one's saying that. No one's saying that Tip shouldn't play these guys. But what we're saying is that, you can still play the other dudes too. Because we saw them play and we saw them pretty good. I think Akaporte is great. And there's no reason why he should not have been playing behind Big Cat. There's no reason why. There's none. Now, if it's politics behind the scenes, then that's a different conversation. But my thing is that we're talking straight ball, just playing ball. We straight up. There's no reason why that kid should have been playing. There's no reason what we saw from Dadier, he should have been out there getting some minutes and putting him out there with the starters and letting him learn through his mistakes. There's no reason why that shouldn't have been happening. And once again, we're not saying in the middle of the OKC game because, the Knicks are kind of trying to fight to get the lead. I'm not saying that. I'm saying against certain teams where they can build their confidence. And then if he plays well in those games, because you're giving him a chance, and I'm not saying you let him play 6 minutes. He's playing anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes a night. You're giving him that. So maybe the OKC game or maybe the Boston game, he might play well. You never know. But you'll never know if you don't play these guys, man. And you just throw them down there in the G League and just say, figure it out. Whoever put this up, man, I'm glad they put this up because I wanted to show it to you guys, man, because I wanted you to know that this is what people were saying. They were not saying that Tibbs shouldn't be playing his guys. No one's saying that. But what we were saying is that those three dudes, Kolek, Dadier, and Akaporte should have been playing a lot more than what they were to help stagger minutes with these guys to where these guys are fresh, getting ready for the playoffs. That's all we were saying. Now, of course, it's a game-by-game thing, you know what I mean? Like I said, but there's no way those guys shouldn't have been playing. And you just bury them down on the G League, and you have no bench. And I think they have players. I think they do have players. I think they do have a bench. You just got to give them a chance. Every time Akaporte's been in there, he's been active, man. He's played solid. So it makes no sense to me. But yeah, that was pretty much what I wanted to show y'all, all right? But listen, guys, look. I'm going to get up out of here. Listen, man, look, I apologize for last night. I truly, truly do. I rock for you guys. So I apologize for technical difficulties last night, man. Once again, I'm a one-man show, so trying to get it ready. But I'll be back on tonight, okay? After the Hawks game, I will be back on tonight. No technical difficulties. Got all that fixed up. So we'll be back tonight, all right? So please come through and check me out for the Hawks game tonight, right before the All-Star break, all right? So listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button, people, all right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, you're rocking with the replay gang, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right. So listen, come through tonight. I will be having my show after the Hawks game. So please come through and check that out. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.